Most politicians I've met and see, I think are kind of bimbling, bumbling, chinless wonders. I don't trust a single one of them. Never have. Always have a really hard time trusting. Myself, I was introduced to Parliament many years ago. I was the very first ever clinical hypnotherapist there to bring stress and anxiety release and comfort and support. And so I explored some of the houses of Parliament and Westminster. Unfortunately, my career there never got started because of two very, very famous, in their minds, their own lunchtimes and in their press releases in the newspapers in England. And they made so much fun of Danny Henderson being the very first clinical hypnotherapist in Parliament that I didn't get a single client. They say that in the Houses of Parliament, etc., there are 8,000 members of that Parliament. Well, we'll find out, won't we? As we are moving into a beautiful new world that we are creating, not a one world order, not the Muppets from the World Economic Forum, not those genociding paedophilic monsters. We are finding people on this planet who have the same love and passion that we deserve, who are going to be leading the charge into this beautiful earth that we are creating. And one such person, I believe, is the man in the screen here, who is running for Mayor of London. Ladies and jelly beans, I would like to welcome for the very first time to this channel, Shyam Batra. Hello, Shyam. How are you doing?
Oh, hi, everyone.
Good to
I
see
don't like
you.
the word politics. I think the word, just to start you off, I created this word called politricks because all they do, and I am not one of them. You might call me a politician because that's the frame of the word, but I am not a politrician. You need a degree in that, and that is lying to people, and they've got a great empathy with that. So when people are confused and disillusioned, just like the last election Sunak gave away, we find ourselves in a complete mess. People not realizing that Labour is going to be their heartbeat, and they became the alien rather than the person that was supposed to help and serve our communities. Politicians are meant to really serve the community. They are servants of the public.
Yeah.
And I call members of parliament, the word in itself, if you look at it, it becomes a club. You've now joined that private club, and you're not getting out of that club unless you only align with them. And the people, I would like to have called it, I mean, my long-term goal is to become prime minister here. And I know I can steer this country to the right place. My main focus is my children and women, definitely women, because they need to be protected. Women and kids always need to be protected. So that's why I want to call it members of the people or members of the public. We need to change the system. But there are lots of many questions I know you're going to ask me.
I mean, there's so many ways to go here, and it's lovely that you're owning the fact that you are eventually running for Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. We need to
I,
get rid of that. We need to get rid of that nonsense too. Kingdom. Oh, the kings and the queens and the royals. Nobody cares, lovely. Nobody cares anymore. Part
yes,
of the issue is coming under the Godhead, the leadership. No, following one person, no matter who they be, as a means to create the world we live in. It doesn't work. It never has. It never will. It never has. And so moving forward, we're not allowing that. We, the people, we don't want that. So it's wonderful that you're bringing more awareness to the women and the children. I mean, the women are the birthers, straightforward birthers. And
100.
yeah, look at the shadows. I mean, there's nothing I can do. I'm not moving my office space. It is what it is.
My mother always taught me to respect women, and it's a good thing that she did because she loved my father. They both passed a long time ago. My dad was in the government in India a long time ago, and he was a very senior person. And my mum loved him. She did all his speeches for him and stuff. And like I remember a lot of things. God bless her soul. But she said to me, and the one thing she did always say is, "You must always respect women." It's very important because you are a pinnacle of our society. You are the birthers, like you said, and everything else, and guidance as well. Women give a lot of guidance to their husbands, the ones that are, they
Yeah.
stand up. So,
Sham, are
it,
you saying that? Sorry to talk over you, but are you saying that your mother wrote your father's speeches for Parliament?
yes, my
That
dad
is
was really
amazing.
scared of talking. He was an external minister of the country, and so he used to deal with spies and all types of things. Used to go to. We lived in many countries around the world, and I was just like moving around everywhere. But my dad eventually gave it all up, and he came to London, and of course he had a lot of connections here back in the day. And when he did, he had the highest degree in India. It wasn't recognized in the United Kingdom, even though he went to Kingston Polytechnic and actually created and did another degree. He took a caretaker's job. So from up there to down there, my dad was always, he always grounded me. He always said to me, you keep your feet on the floor. You don't get up and be higher than anyone else. You have to be stable and level. And you never look down on anyone. I mean, of course, Indian caste system, as you know, you have the lower castes, which are called the untouchables, the servants and everything. It's not right, any of this stuff. And our country, the way it's gone in the matrix of what's happened, I know a lot of stuff that's gone on. I keep my thoughts eloquently. I don't like to say bad things about anybody, especially when I've never met them. No matter how bad they are, I don't want to say anything bad. I let the people decide. But the most important thing that I've got to tell everybody is that we all have to integrate. This is a problem that's happening in our country, and we are sucking ourselves into it. We have to wake up and smell the coffee. And I'll explain to you also why the migrants are here and how they came originally.
All right, that's a very important and emotive subject, the migrants. So let's come back there in a moment. Could you,
Yeah,
meantime, tell us? So you're running for Mayor of London, but there's also Lord Mayor of London, and a lot of people have never been given the information correctly. Could you
no.
please enlighten us? What
Yes,
is the Mayor of London?
let's start with the Lord Mayor of London. The Lord Mayor of London is uh, it's a one year deal basically. The Lord Mayor looks after the City of London. Now, the City of London is part of 33 boroughs we have in London. We have 33 boroughs,
Of course we
including,
do. 33, 33.
yes.
Nothing satanic or good or light there, is there?
I
Right?
always see 333 every time I look at my phone. There's always a 333. I don't know why, but I keep seeing it all the time, all the time. But there's obviously a reason. But yes, so one of the boroughs is the City of London. It's 1 square mile in in our city, and now that is supposed to be called the City of London Corporation. It actually is a non-entity in the United Kingdom, so they say. I believe that all the money that is being given to the Mayor of London and also to our boroughs of our councils, etc., is all siphoning off to the City of London. This is why we don't have any money. We don't seem to have our roads fixed. Our hospitals are derelict. I mean, our trains are vacuumed with all types of graffiti inside and outside. What symbol are we sending to the rest of the world when people come to visit us? And I'm pretty certain we will discuss very shortly afterwards the C40 15-minute cities. But going back to your question, the City of London has its own Lord Mayor. He's supposed to be a representative to the rest of the world to bring business in, etc., etc. But I don't see that happen. I just think it's some kind of, I don't want to say the word satanic, but it's almost like the Mason system. You're kind of inside a house and you can't get in. Even if you knock on the door, you've got to be put in. So, whereas the Mayor of London, his real role, or his role that he's meant to be doing, is serving the communities of 33 boroughs in London, which means that he is supposed to be the pinnacle person next to the mayor, next to the prime minister. In fact, his role is even higher than the prime minister at certain points. He's in
Wow.
charge of the police in London. You know, he has a lot of power and he has abused that power over the years. When I ran for mayor of London, I saw all the things that I should never have seen. I delved in because me knowing who I am, if I smell something, I just want to open it up. I want to unravel all the papers. I want to look at everything. I want to know what's really going on so that when I'm ready to run for that role, which I did at that time, I knew a lot of things. A lot of the other independent people, where I ran independently, a lot of them were, oh, I could do everything. I could do this. I want to be mayor of London, like this guy, Ant Middleton today. He says, oh, I want to be mayor of London next year. Well, first of all, the mayor of London role is only every 4 years. You've got to learn the first basics of that story. And secondly, you've got to have the empathy with the public. It's not about you. I don't care about myself. I actually put myself last because I took 49 people off the streets of London. I don't know how I did it to this day. but it just like baffled me. I still think about it every day, and I put these people into a very good place. But a mayor of London should be a representative of the world. United Kingdom is one of the most important countries of the world. United Kingdom, just to let your viewers know also, houses Scotland, Ireland, and Wales. And I also believe that Scotland should be in the pinnacle, in the forefront with us. Scotland has a lot of history with us, and they're just thrown back. I don't like that at all. This is why I want to run for the elections this year. We're going to form our party called City, CITY, which I'll explain to you later. And we're going to take this into the local mayoral and council elections. I want to win all the elections because I want to help the people in our country. This is the only way I can see to do it. I don't care about myself, as I've said. You're welcome to see my Instagram profiles, etc., where I'm quite large, I think, and the threads that I have, the actual comments that people make. I've had maybe one or two, like yesterday, some guy was really rude. I had to go and report him to the police. It's not something I should normally do, but you can't have this sort of thing. But it's the odd one-off, They said it's not really relevant, so that's okay.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go back to the immigrant situation. You said that you know why there's so many men, hundreds of thousands of men between the age of 18 and 32 in a lot of our five-star hotels up and down the country. Go
Let
ahead.
me wake people up, because I know everyone is angry at the method of what has been happening, but you've got to go back 5, 6, 7 years, 2018, something like that. United Nations, who, as you know, are quite powerful through the causes of all of our countries giving them the money, including the World Economic Forum, which we'll talk about, 15-minute cities. We must get that in. So the situation is that in 2018/19, there was a charter made by the United Nations. The United Nations had clearly stated that they want to get single men of fighting age, undocumented, and they want to put them in every country in the world. It is not just us. We are not the only ones, because we are the island last from Europe. They're piling over here, and there are reasons. The governments clearly know what is going on, because Starmer picked up the mandate from Sunak. Sunak picked up the mandate from someone else, and vice versa. And this has been going on for years. This is not now. This is highlighted immensely because of the anguish and torment of our people that have gone angry and stuff. And I've explained to people that please just be calm. Don't confront these people. Don't get yourself in trouble. We've now got hate crime, speech crime, thought crime, this crime, that crime, but nothing to help us. We don't have our freedom of speech anymore. And this is what I'm very angry about, because I want to be able to expel my information to the public. And I want to give them the information that is truthful and honest, in an honest way. But I see a lot of people saying so many bad things and then getting put into prison. It's not right at all. The reason they're here is they were designed to come off these boats, not just to Dover. People keep homing in at Dover. Can I tell you, we are England. We're like this, an island, and Ireland, and Wales, and Scotland, and they're coming from everywhere. These 41,000 boats is what statistics? What, of the whole of the United Kingdom? I don't think so. Not one of them has come on a plane. If they came on a plane and said, we need political asylum, we're persecuted, we're this, we're that, show us the evidence, show us the proof, no problem. But to come off this way, in a dirty way, then to be put into five-star hotels, and I'm really angry at our hoteliers in England, especially being a hotelier myself back in the day. I know quite a few of the people, and I don't speak to them anymore. I'm disgusted that they're more interested in money than our country. Sometimes you've got to put a foot back and say, let's think about everybody else, not just me. You're only here for a certain number of years in this planet, and you're not going to take it all with you. And even if you leave it, it doesn't matter, but you are not doing the right thing. So this is the reason why they are here, and they're coming here, and they keep coming here, because France has got the charter, Italy, Spain, Germany. Why are they not getting rid of their migrants. They're not. I'll tell you something. I'll win the elections. Wait and see what I do, because I'm very, very frustrated with this whole saga myself. I don't like these type of people coming here and misbehaving. We have British laws here. This is our country, and this is what I want to see. No Sharia law, none of this other stuff. I'm a Hindu. I don't preach my stuff. I believe in Jesus, the angels, God, the guides, and I will always do that. And whilst I believe in you can't see my Ganesh there. I've got big Ganesh, but I mean, like, let's be honest with ourselves. Religion is man-made. I don't care who says anything about it, and it always will be. It's been written in paper, God knows when, by someone who was eligible to write. Now, you can't just impose different types of law in our country. For example, I'm not being rude. Please don't think I'm being rude. But we have so many Muslim mayors. Most of them can't speak any English. This is not right. We have now a mayor in New York, which I protested against. I tried hard. And this man has got not good intentions, I can tell you. New York is going to really go through some punishment. No cigarettes, no alcohol, Sharia law. He's going to impose it. Under my life, I tell you now, I would never, ever allow anyone to have this type of law in our country. We're British, we live here, and we need to abide by our system. This is a system we grew up in. I'm British as far as I'm concerned. I was born in the UK. So it's not about me being Indian or Pakistani or Sikh or whatever. I'm Shyam, Batra, and I'm born in this country, and I'm going to help as many people as I can.
Beautiful. There's so many ways to go with the whole radical Muslim agenda, making
Yes.
people submit to Allah, which is a lot of the perceptions globally. Now, as you know, I lived in America for a long time, on and off for 20 years, and I saw
Yeah.
the millions and millions and millions of men standing at borders and walking into America. Chinese, Indian, Pakistan, every imaginable race on the planet, all doing the same thing. They did a bit more investigation there in America. They were giving these men cards. They were giving them on those cards $2.5 grand a month. And they were
Wow.
told, wait, hold tight, be quiet and wait. And there's this whole something and this and that around it. I talked to my uncle the other day. He got very upset with me because I said about the radicals in the soldiers. I'm like, they're not immigrants. They're not running from war. They're here to create civil war. Now, not every single one, of course, but it's like, come on, John. When are we going to wake up and step forward and tell the bloody truth? The monsters, the controllers, the asshats, the different names I've got and many others have for them, because nobody respects the leadership, and they've done that to themselves because we can see through the corruption now. People get very triggered, Shyam, when I speak because I speak my mind, and it's on purpose. I want people to get triggered into thinking, not to rage, but also when you get triggered internally, you're looking at stuff you need to work on and heal, because responding to stimuli really does show who you are as a person, where you are, on this planet in terms of what you need to focus on, raise frequency in, so you don't become an ultimate slave. But the
Yeah.
whole situation with my uncle, I'm like, where are the women and children? He goes, they're in the reception centers. I'm like, why aren't they keeping families together? They can't do that. I'm like, where are the reception centers? I'm not sure. I'm like, I've never heard of one. No one has in the local area. There'll be some, of course there'll be some. I see
No.
them down the seafront in Eastbourne, East Sussex. Men and women and children. They don't look, there's no eye contact, and it's hard for them. Some are genuinely here escaping a war. We saw what happened in Syria, and the Kurds and
I'm,
the.
I'm all for, but I mean, like, what you're saying is absolutely true. I mean, this agenda has been set up. You're quite right. We're heading towards a civil war, but I need to wake our people up, and yourself, that we've got enough wars to watch right now. There's so many shows going on. I don't know where, I thought after COVID, people would have learnt their lesson and said, well, hey, we're not doing any more wars. This thing has killed millions of people, and what for, So most of the time, as you know, it's always for money and land. That's all. And as much as I want to speak about what's going on in the world, I don't really feel it's my position to do so. My priority right now is United Kingdom. I want to focus on our country. I do, and I feel sympathised with all of the people and families that have lost their loved ones, etc. But it's not for me to discuss. It's something that the Prime Minister should address because that's a Prime Minister role. And
Well, that's not going to happen, is it? He's probably
no,
sitting in the corner eating a bowl of Eton mess, thinking about nothing but what he's going to be waiting to receive his orders from the World Economic Forum. And let's not lie. Keir
so
Starmer, that's his boss. His boss is Tony Blair. Tony Blair reports straight into the World Economic Forum. Did you see that Muppet the other day, Tony Blair? We've
yes.
got to know who's been vaccinated so we can keep an eye on that. Oi, Tony, two of those for you, mate. Who do you think you are? Who put you in charge of me? No, mate. Sit down and shut up. You're a Prime Minister. You messed that up. We're sick of you. Shut it. Sit down. Nobody cares what Tony Blair has to say. When I see these Muppets, what of every colour and creed on my planet, telling me and my brothers and sisters what's gonna be happening, I'm like, no,
Yeah.
no. Sit
No.
down and shut up. Please speak before I blow a gasket.
WEF, for people that don't know what the WEF is, it's called the World Economic Forum. Our mayor in London is the chair of the 15-minute cities of this goddamn thing. So what that means basically is that he's gone around the world to 80 to 100 mayors when this thing started. It's probably a lot more now. And there is an organization called C40.org. Just think about it. It's a hidden message, a hidden website that no one's ever going to know the name. C40.org. That is your 15-minute city goddamn thing. Sorry, excuse my French. But the thing I want to tell you is King Charles is part of the WEF. David Beckham, a footballer who maybe now is quite eminent and highly regarded, etc. People should realize that this man is part of the WEF. I don't know. He wants to impose these type of charters on us as well. We've got the Mayor of London. We've got Starmer and probably half of his cabinet in the WEF. They're all being paid big money. Khan is the chair in London of this thing. And if I got in as mayor then, I would have banged it out. I would have taken it away. It's not needed for our country. We need to think about our country first. There's no one that's been on all these podcasts in the whole of the time that I've started. Have they ever used the word, I want to fix my country? Because our country just needs fixing. We don't need politics. I call it politics, as I said. They trick you. And this is the game they play. This is why I want to get in through our own city organisation, which I'll explain later. And I want everybody to contact me if they want to join this city. I promise you, it is all for you. I'm going to hand it to you. It's yours. And I want this country to come back because all we've got to do now is to fix our doors, fix our windows, fix our lives. We need to fix. No one uses that word anymore. You know, they can speak as much as they want. I want to be mayor of London. I want to be prime minister. Okay, talk about everything that is wrong here. There's children's problems. There's social services. There's single parent families. There's transport problems. There's all types of things wrong in our country. No one wants to focus on that. I do. I believe in the natural stuff. Like, I also want to live in my country in a nice place. My dream is to give everybody a home. That's my goal. I'm going to achieve it. Trust me, I'm going to achieve it. That is my goal. Every person in this country, every family should have a home. Home is their castle, right? That's what we were all taught. Your home is your castle. Well, we're all on a mortgage and stuff. There's no longer, it's not even a castle. So this is some of my goals. You know, sorry, I'll
No, I
get
know. I appreciate
you
your passion. I
in
do.
a different way.
I just want to apologise to people as well. It's the least important thing ever, but the light in my house here, right? There's nothing I can do about it. But rather than miss my time with you, Shyam,
Yeah.
I'm just whatever. Do you know what I mean? Because people go, oh, sort the lights out. I can't. Okay. So many different things there. You know that fat little twiddle twaddle. What's his name? Klaus Schwab, the Star Wars character.
Yeah.
They will own nothing and they will be happy. I'm like, no, mate, you and your mates are going to be happy and own nothing and you'll be in prison and then we'll all be happy. Because again, it's just so ludicrous that this has been allowed, that a little bunch of boys, little overweight horrors, who've never had a beating in their lives. I mean, I'm joking slightly. Of course they have. A lot of them have been psychopathically
Stolen money from
abused
everyone.
into. Yeah, but there's this little bunch of nothings
Yeah.
telling the rest of the world, and the rest of the world is under the MK Ultra programmed hypnotic program where we think we don't have any power. We don't have to move to violence every time. You
No,
know, we
we
need
don't.
to be standing up, like you said, standing shoulder to shoulder, moving forward and
Yeah.
saying, this is how it's going to be. We, the people, decide what we're going to do in our concentric circles, our councils. There's no one at the top. Now, in terms of the Lord Mayor of London, that
Mhm.
is the person in charge of the 1 mile, the square mile, again, the Freemasonic, the Magic Square, etc. It's always symbolic. There's always ancient nods to certain things that have happened. The
Yeah.
sacred geometry of the way that London is designed, London, Washington, D.C., and Rome. They say Rome is the religious, the religious spiritual center.
So they say.
London is the financial centre, and
Yeah.
apparently the royal family aren't allowed to step into the square, the magic square.
And somebody has to come out with a sword to let them through. They need to know their business, why they're coming through.
Yeah,
And that's another story, right? Yeah, I'm glad you honed in on that. I think this country should be a republic. It should not be just a United Kingdom. It should be the Republic of the United Kingdom. And because I want to bring countries like Scotland to the forefront as well. They're very powerful, Scotland. They have oil, gas, electricity, and everything. And why are we paying foreign countries our money to get electricity in and gas? What is this? People are paying £400-500 a month. I'm refusing to pay. I'm not going to pay until the system. In Russia, you've got 18. I was paying $12 a month because I was setting up a diplomatic club there for them, and I was paying $12 a month in the 2-bedroom flat. That's only 3 years ago, before the war. I mean, come on, petrol is nothing. Give to the people what they deserve. Don't take from them every little thing and use the word TAX, tax. If I think my goal is to go out and get as many businesses, bring in top businessmen from our country and chuck them out to the world. Every month they go, they bring business in. We'll make 20-30 trillion every year. We can give that money to the public, give them a life, because it's the people that are buying things. It's our people. And as soon as you've got taxed, you go and park your car outside and you've got to pay again.
yeah.
I mean, come on, this is not right.
No, it's insane. It's so disgusting. There aren't even words for the sickness and the muppetry of the so-called leadership, the self-appointed, self-anointed Muppets at the top, that come from thousands and thousands of years of historical bloodlines. And we know it's true. And at this stage, anyone watching, if you can't get your head around that, this broadcast isn't for you, my love. Just pop along there and watch something else. Because people like you and I, we're on the front lines, we're speaking our minds, we know we're coming from truth, from love, from passion, we deliver ourselves in different ways, we're not everyone's cup of tea, and that's okay as well. You mentioned Scotland, I'm Scottish, mate. Raised in
No.
England, I'm Scottish. I'm a warrior. How dare the English destroy my country, my heritage? We're from royal bloodline. Do you know what else? So are millions and millions of other people. If anyone takes time to follow their bloodline, guess what? They're going to find themselves connected to some kind of royal heritage. Isn't that nice? And nobody cares because the Steelers at the top took all of our rights away, and they're still doing it. Not to cause eruption of violence in people in this moment, but you can't help but feel the passion of your own ancestry, your own heritage that has been quashed. And they put us in little, small, isolated feelings in our families where we're forced to pay all the things we shouldn't pay. Energy is free. Look at
Yes,
Tataria that they tried to, cover up. What say you about that?
I'm with you on that. Even Ireland plays a massive role, and they've been segregated as well. The UK treats Scotland, Ireland, and Wales as if they're like minions. They should serve them. It's not that. It's not right. If I became prime minister, I would bring Scotland in the forefront. As I said, I want to work with them because they're part of our unity. They can never change. You can't go to Europe. You're not part of Europe. I understand you want to go because of monetary reasons, only monetary reasons. Otherwise, our heritage stays together. The together we stand, divided we fall. And if that's the case, then there will be no United Kingdom anymore. That's why I want to create a republic. We don't need a monarchy. We've seen what the monarchy's done. Andrew did a great job. Great job. He's killed it for everybody. And even then, they still don't learn. They still don't learn and care about our people. And a leader that in the olden days, King Henry or whoever it was, they used to lead from the front with their swords. Mm-hmm. Our Indians, our Sikhs, when the riots happened in 2012, when what's her name was in power, I forgot her name. After David Cameron.
Oh, Liz Truss. I wasn't born then.
The other one, the older lady.
Thatcher. No, she was dead long ago, wasn't she?
No, not Liz Truss. What was her name? Forgotten her
name.
The egg
woman. The egg woman. The salmonella woman. Salmonella. It's just so long ago. You know the one that with the salmonella and the skinny black haired and.
But everyone, their government went away on holiday. The riots happened. I don't know if you remember, about 2012, something like that. And the Sikhs came out with their swords, protecting their turf, right? Because it's their country too. And leaders need to lead from the front, not from behind closed doors. I mean, things like the what's it called? Farage's party, Reform. He's hidden behind the doors when something's gone wrong. But he probably may have instigated it. Who knows? We don't know. I mean, one of his guys has gone to prison. He's now being investigated for this Southend problem, the candidacy, etc., and paying too much, and never even going there once in all this time. I mean, come on. If you're going to be groomed into things like this, work for the people. There's no one here that's working for the people. None. Kami Badenoch talks about grooming gangs. 14 years, they had grooming gangs. Grooming gangs have been going for 30, 40 years. What are you talking about? They're not just Chinese, they're Indians, they're black, they're white, they're yellow, they're pink, they're all over the place. The fact of the matter is, everyone pushes it under the carpet. And who gets hurt? The innocent kids, the women, and everything else. Damn that. I'm telling you, I'm so angry that they had the cheek to attack Labour when Labour's come in, inherited I'm not defending them, but defended their mistakes. And they've got the audacity to stand there and say, oh, vote for us. We're going to change it all. We're going to fix. No way. You are just governments that want to get into power for yourselves, not for our people, not for anything we do. You want to get on the bus and get off the bus. You don't want to stay for the long ride. You just want to pick up the cash. And how many politicians have actually been put into prison? 0. Johnson, what did he do in COVID? Gave Sunak £720 million for Moderna. Off he goes into the sunset, so he can't get prosecuted. Let me give the election away to Starmer. Let him handle it. But don't come back to me, please. Come on, all that glitters isn't gold.
Yeah. You're talking about Boris Johnson, who was the mayor of London for quite some time. He used to bicycle along on his bike, and and it was quite the character. And a lot of people really liked him. A lot of people like a lot of people who are in power, but really we judge you by your actions, not your words, by the things that you actually do, people in politics. And it's such a boring, embarrassing joke when, let's say I, as a citizen of this planet, I watch year after year after year, the bumbling, boffling, blah, 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 blah. I mean, when they're in Parliament, I call it the pig farm. Not sorry. I call it the pig farm because all you get is, how dare they? These stupid lords handed lordships down through the ancestral family lines. And, here, and all this absolute ridiculous nonsense going on, and we're supposed to accept it, as something that is,
This,
for the people. But they're all, oh, his right royal sir, honourable sir over there. They couldn't give a toss. They're probably all doing each other around in the bike sheds. I mean, they're just same people like us. They're on drugs. They've got issues. There's not one that's ever stood, in my opinion, as somebody who I feel I can put my complete trust in, because they say one thing and action another. They take, and every single, without exception, every single prime minister and his party or her party that has ever got in has said the same exact thing, and that is they left a mess. They always blame. No one's ever big enough or bold enough to say, well, Conservatives were in, Labour gets in. Oh, Labour says, oh, the Conservative left a mess. Now, real good, solid, true humans would say, you know what? There's been decades and decades of messes made by every single party. We would like to try and sort everything out
yeah,
without blaming Billy, who came
yeah,
before. It's like a bunch of tossers. Nobody trusts you. Nobody believes you. I told my audience here, my beautiful audience that come and watch my channel, that this week I've spoken to two politicians. You're one of them, and the other one is Andrew Bridgen, who I know you know, and he's coming on my channel this week. Andrew
yeah.
Bridgen is another person who I've gone, oh, I'll turn my head over there, because that man is standing up and speaking out. And he went to visit my friend Dr. Rainer Fulmich, who was abducted in Mexico in the German embassy, abducted, kidnapped by German officials and taken to prison in Germany, and he's still in prison. Third Christmas just gone by, because the asshats are trying to shut down the biggest voices on our planet, because without these voices being shut down, they think they're going to win this one world order. And people are like, oh, that's a conspiracy. They're the people that need a bit of a clip round the ear hole. Like, sit down and be quiet. Yes, there's a one world order going on, a one
Yeah.
world religion. There is a massive, monstrous genociding program. There are billions of people who are targeted for death. Are we loud enough yet, guys? So people like you, Shyam, Batra, are standing for the love and justice of the people. Now, give us some insight into your time in Russia and your views on Russia and Ukraine, please, if you wish to.
Look, I like both the communities. The Ukrainians, I feel very sad for them, because the women and kids. See, my philosophy in war is this: you're going to have a war. Take the women and children, put them into safe houses in different countries, give them the money and everything else, and get them away, first of all, because only the men are fighting in the wars. So you're going to have a lot of problems which have already happened. And I feel sorry for these people, because they didn't ask for a war, first of all. They've been thwarted into this. And then secondly, with the Russians, there is a long history about Ukraine and Russia. If you really do have the time to sit down and see the story of Russia and Ukraine, why and what Putin has done, then you will finally understand. But if you look at it from a glass mirror and just say, oh, he's this, he's that, she's this, she's that, you're not going to get the full picture. But as I said before, Starmer says that there was a £22 billion black hole left by the Conservatives. Yet he can find £600 million and give it to Ukraine. He's giving it to Zelensky, who's pocketing the cash. We all know this. Houses all over the world. What about his people that he serves? That he is the leader of that country. He should have put their lives first and put them out, taken them out to somewhere else, or to a faraway region where they are safe and protected, away from this mess. That doesn't happen. Where is your leader now? He's not there. And when you've got somebody like Ukraine and Russia, the war should never have started. It should have been dealt with in a. I've been on NewsX channels. Okay, I'm going to post them out. I haven't posted them for a while, but some of the videos that I've done is simply because I'm just saying I could quite easily shut this war down. If there's anybody out there that's going to listen to this video and they want to contact me to help close this war down, I'm telling you, I can negotiate it and I can shut it down. Not in one day, not in 5 weeks. I can shut this down because it needs to close. I've always said that if Ukraine and Russia fight and a war starts, a third world war will be imminent. It will come afterwards straight away. And these are the things that are happening. But the situation between the two is that they don't put them together. He runs to Europe, goes to London, makes friends with Starmer, whereas Putin sits there on his own. They're all making decisions, negotiating, and everything else. Put them together, one on one, their team and your team. Put them together and thrash it through and come out with a clean break and shut this war down. Whether you like it or not, we need Russia. It has oil, gas, water, electricity, has four of the main components of our world. And it's cost us nothing. It would cost us nothing. Just like Scotland's been hashed away back there. We'd rather go to France and get our electricity, Germany to get our water. Come on, we are United Kingdom. We should have been able to do everything ourselves. But we don't have the right type of people here, or the right type of people are hiding and don't want to help us. And like you said, the minority conglomerates with the billions and everything else who wants to change the sun and everything else and all this nonsense want to destroy us and have the world for themselves. Well, the aliens are coming very soon. You won't be keeping anything for anyone. This is our world, our country. And I always stay here, and I'm going to serve our country first, not last, and be part of anyone else's system. I mean, I just say to people that Ukraine and Russia should never have fought. They are really real brother and sister. And it's a total shame. I like both countries. I do not want to split my head here and split my head there, because half the people don't know why they're splitting their heads, because they don't know the full history. Learn the history first and then come to me and tell me. And I will never take sides, just like Israel and Palestine, I cannot. I have friends from all over the world, and I don't want to lose any of my friends over religion, war, and sacrifice. I'm not doing that. I want to stay in the neutral lane.
That's brilliant, and it's a war tactic to force people to take a side, and it's so stupid, especially if you're an observer viewing a war. When someone says pick a side, take a side, because on both sides there's good. On both sides, there's great things. You only got to look at Biden and Trump and the last, battle those two had. With Zelensky, years ago, when the Ukraine war first started, and everyone's in shock and horror, and they're talking about biolabs and the trafficking of the children, and why the hell are all the countries feeding and funneling funds into the Ukraine over and above cleaning the roads and looking after their own countries? Because it's one big bloody club globally, and men and women are sitting around carving up our world, giving each other contracts for minerals, for oil, for this, for that. They're all sitting up here, the hoi polloi, deciding our world for us. Zelensky. I know a man in Costa Rica when I lived there on the beach. Apparently he's a billionaire. I just saw him as a surfer. Really nice bloke. Connected to so many people. Wanted to introduce me to so many people. Half of them I'm like, no thanks, mate. You're all right there. No thanks. Anyway, he told me that a major film director, a film director on the level of, think of the Spielberg and the big ones. Zelensky had this film director in his underground war bunker making a documentary on Zelensky winning the war. So they put that in the can. They finished making that documentary 3 years ago. Things like that, you're like, you recognize we're in a pantomime, we're in a film, and the film is scripted, the film is playing out. However, a lot of the extras in this film are diverting away from what they were told to do, because they're seeing the truth and they're stepping up and they're standing up. I also wanted to ask you, a question. Well, think one thing on Zelensky too. I was at Fat Camp a few weeks ago. Watched all the fatties get all like, oh, she said fat. Yes, I did. If you overeat, you don't exercise, you get fat. I got a bit fat. I went to Fat Camp to lose some weight and work out. I met a woman there. I met a woman. She's the head mistress of a private school in Ukraine, and I'm bringing her on my channel. Lovely lady, very proper English, And the school was running at like 1,000 kids, and now it's down to 300 because so many have escaped the country, escaped Ukraine. And I said to her, what do people think of Zelensky in Ukraine? She went, oh, we love him. She said, oh, we love him. We love him. He's great. He's done this. He's done that. And here's the thing. You're never going to convince... Oh, you froze. You froze. My internet's good. You'll come back. You're still there.
Hello?
There you are. Yeah. We'll just keep going.
it kind of went funny. It's gone funny.
Yeah, I get a lot of
Yeah.
interference from Muppetry outside. They watch everything I do. I was with a friend the other day and I said, "Watch this," and I put my Zoom on. There shouldn't be any green lights popping up anywhere, right? I said, "Right, I've got my thumb over the green light. Can you still see me?" She's like, "Yes," because the camera isn't where the green light is. The camera is further along, and then there's another one on the end of my laptop, and the green light comes on there. Now others will say, "Oh, that's because of this and that." Whatever, Trevor. Everything is being surveyed. And when we have the courage to speak our truth as a human being and say things that people think about but they don't talk about, that's when you get, unwanted attention. But whatever, we didn't come here just to go shopping, pay a mortgage, try and feed our kids and animals and die, under the hand of the underhanded. Now, I want to ask you about your anyway, I'm going
No.
to have this woman on my channel. She's going to give us her inside information on Zelensky. Again, building a picture of how people's perception is skewed and made and puppeted and MK Ultra. We've got to step back from all of that and feel about what we think. Now, symbology. You're wearing a tie and you're wearing a badge. And I would like you to explain what those symbols are, please. Right, let me just put you on full screen for a second. Wait
City
there.
of London tie. It's the only one I got this, and it's the only one I found. There's no ties like this anywhere. So I wore this because I thought it would be a symbol of London, because it was running for mayor. This is from the House of Commons. Anyone can buy one there, one of these things. I go to Question Time once a week with my friend who takes me because I want to see and hear from my own eyes, and try and meet some of these clowns. I'm sorry to say it, but they are. And like you say, the House of Commons is like a joke because they just joke and laugh about things. When you look at the House of Senate in America, in Washington, there's not one slur of a laugh, let alone anything else, and because they take things very seriously. Here, they just want to laugh and joke. It's our conversation is not pre-scripted. Their stuff is all scripted. You can't say anything unless they give you the paper to say. What is that? That's why you are a member of parliament, MP. I want to call it member of the people, member of the public, because that means that you serve the public. I bet, just like Farage, all the other people, MPs, they don't even go to their constituencies. Watch and see, I bet you, that you can't get to see I can't see my MP here, where I live. I've wrote three, 4 times. Oh, we'll do a Zoom call. Oh, something's wrong with the Zoom. We can't get you. And that goes. And they don't call you back. So it's like you can't do that to people. You upset the system. People that have voted Labour should really be embarrassed. It's not your fault. I understand. But don't vote for them again in any other elections and any other things, because you're only going to get worse stuff. You're eating into their hands. And they're going to feed you into the 15-minute cities. And this digital ID, which I am totally against, this digital ID is nothing like you've got in Europe, in South America, in India. It is nothing like it. They are just cards. This is a special card that's going to track you, find you, see your bank account, freeze it when you do something wrong. Say no to that. Say no to that. Always, because if you continue down that road, our freedom is locked. We are going to be handcuffed, and then we're going to be going into an open prison, which I've been harping on about. I did this video just to let you know on X, Shyam Batra. If you click it, if you put it on Shyam Batra and you go to X, click video, you'll get the 15-minute city repeated the video I did. It's gone to 95 million people, maybe more now, I don't know. But I didn't do this. I don't know who did it, but someone posted it there and it's just gone. And every person's done it in their own language. Exactly what I've said. No criticisms, no bad words, nothing. They've listened to it and believe me, we are all screaming and shouting about things we cannot control. You go for a walk in London in a group of people to say, no, we want this. We're putting a petition. No one's going to listen to you. You can bring in 3 million people or 20 million. No one's going to listen to you. Someone like me needs to stand up and say, We don't want you here anymore. We want a referendum. Give us our referendum. Otherwise, we're going to cause a lot of problems here for you. Because the people are the majority, not the minority. We're treated as minority people. And this is why thought crime, hate crime, speech crime, all these different crimes have come out of the blue. I never knew that. I mean, I've heard so many people swear. I think swearing is quite bad, but they get away with it. But as soon as somebody says, do this, do that, there's a knock on the door. I'm sorry. Apparently in Ireland, some guy's kid, I don't know how old he is, but he called a she a he or something, something like that. The police turned up at his door to arrest him, to commit him. And the judge gave him committal.
Oh, you froze there, mate. You froze.
What is going on in our country? Yeah, our judiciary is completely wrong. Well, do not really understand why or what are they doing? Why can't they speak up and support our people? They are the judiciary. When they clearly know in their own heart that this person didn't commit this crime, why are they putting him into prison? For what?
Well, because he's chicken shit their own. They're trying to make example to scare the mass people. If you make an example of someone like Dr. Rana Fulmick in prison, then hopefully they're hoping it's going to scare the people, but it doesn't. It builds a passion in you. You know, if a child is being arrested for calling a person that used to be a boy, now is a girl, that's not the kid's problem. It's so stressful. I remember when it first all started a few years ago, I got to a point where I was feeling such anxiety talking on my channel, and one day I thought, bollocks, no. Right? I'm not doing this. I'm not playing the game. I'm not going to let this brand new narrative, this controlled, socialized, engineered MK Ultra, call it what you want, is social engineering to make me go down this road and don't say this and don't say pink elephants or grey elephants. No, not playing. If you're offended, that's on you, love. That's on you, mate. Sit down over there and go with your mates and all be offended together. We haven't got time. But you see, the bad ones, they've been exposed and they've been revealed. Like Bill Gates is one of the most disgusting, despicable, non-human, reptilian hybrid, soulless, heartless, just horrendous being. And it's like, how is that man still walking? He's interfered with lettuce. He's bought beer companies. He's jabbed 1,000 kids in India, made tons of women infertile. It has been proven. This is not allegedly. This is proven. He's done all these terrible. He's trying to. Now that Muppet wants to re-engineer our cows. Oh my God. Have you ever heard anything so Frankenstein and insane? Not only that, the most insane thing I ever heard in my life to this day is that a bunch of Muppets are deciding that they are going to dim the sun. Now, there's two reasons for doing that. Mass genocide, trying to re-terraform a planet to bring your reptilian mates from underground up and, and such like, for real, and trying to kill life in all its forms. The sun is our battery. Without the sun, we all die. And so do they, unless they're hybrids, and they're here to terraform this planet or imprison this planet. Look at that, 15-minute cities, World Economic Forum. It's all there. The pantomime and the playbook is all there for us to see. Now, when you get into Parliament, what are you going to focus on first?
Get rid of them. Get rid of the ULEZ charge and the congestion charge.
Oh my God, yes.
Badly. You know how much money they're making out of this? And now the electric charge they promised never to do. They're making almost 100 million a day, if not more. Right? He is. Okay. And not only that, I would, if I became Prime Minister, day one, I promise you this, I will get rid of the migrants. They would be on a plane. I don't care who they are, where they're from, what they've done or not done. They're not coming in our country. Single, undocumented men of fighting age. No way. We can create our own army. If we want to call our troops tomorrow, like this idiot Starmer wants to fight a war with Russia, is he mad? Is he a reptilian himself? Because he's behaving. Is he asking the public on such an important measure like this You get on the TV and you speak to the people and say, what do you think? Let's have a referendum about this. This is serious stuff. No. Oh, we're going to war. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. You don't even ask us anything. So there are a lot of things I will do on day one. Trust me, I promise you, because this country needs a change, a complete change of leader, a complete change of system. All our systems are broken. I'm not jumping into a system. A friend of mine said to me the other day, join Labour or join a party and then you can do what you want. I said, no, I don't want to do that because my heart won't be clean. Simple as that. I'm going to start my own party, City, C-I-T-Y, City. Who's thought of city, the word city? In all the years, the word was formed in, I can't remember, 1047, something like that. My emblem of city is communication or community, the C, right? The I is the infrastructure. We have to build. And if things are broken, we have to rebuild again. Then we have to transition. The transitioning starts with our families, our children, etc. And then the last of all, the why is for the youth, the kids. If anyone can't resonate with that, the word reform means nothing. The word city means everything because it is your country, it's your city. It's not just mine, it's our city together. And my 4 goals have always been transparency, not secrecy. Being transparent and not secret means a lot in everything you do. It's your makeup of you, from your family to your business. Prosperity, not poverty. I want everyone to be rich. Is that a crime? I don't want them to be poor. I want them to be rich. Homeowners, not homeless. Why should we have loans on our houses which don't really exist? I know about that. And champions, not criminals, meaning that we don't need to have our kids turn into criminals when they can be champions. It's just work. And one of the things I would do is to open community schools. It's so important to have our children under our wing, not focused by the government, forced to go to these type of horrible schools where you're told to become a woman or a boy or a girl or this or that, and you don't focus on the main things. I think the political landscape should be on the map as well. Every child should learn about the political world that they're going to enter into because it's going to be part of their life. And, you know, let's make more doctors and dentists and thing. And now we've been told we've got hardly any dentists here. Another story. But you see, migration is great because once you've got dedicated people that want to change, that, like you said, have been persecuted and they're good at their job. Why is it that most of the nurses have run off to Australia? They've given them triple the money, not double, triple the money. Houses, they've treated them like gods. Come to our place, we'll look after you. What do we do here? You know, you got a welfare state. We've got people on the welfare. They'll stay there forever because the government will give them the money. Does the government encourage anyone? I don't want a welfare state. I'm sorry to say. I'll give people 9 months a year to get off that state. But God willing, I'll get them a job. They'll have a workplace. They'll work. And secondly, why pay taxes? In the interim, yes, we'll pay some. But on the long run, we won't have any taxes here. People can live in economic freedom. They don't need to go to Dubai and get locked in a city in 3 years' time, because that will happen there too. If you think you're going to run away to another country, good luck, because you're going to end up in a 15-minute city. And these are my words that I've been preaching since I started towards the end of my campaign. I knew I would get taken out of the race, and I did. But I speak. But it doesn't matter, because God said to me, it was a run for you, and now you are ready. So I understand now, because I was so angry and frustrated that I had these 49 people that I befriended. I used to give them food every evening. I left my events and everything else where I went. And I used to run back to Essex. I used to speak to my Muslim friends who had restaurants and said, please, give me these, put them into thingy, don't throw the food away. So every night, it was this ritual. 3 nights a week almost, I used to go and give them food. And they would complain it's Indian food. But anyway, even then, I spent night and day. I do not know how I got 49 people together. and they are still together today. I don't want to bore you with the story, but what happened was the police came. I woke up one morning, and God said to me, "You have to help people. You have to help these people." I said, "How am I going to do this? I don't know what to do." So I just went to this council. I won't tell you who. I went to this council, and I rang the taxi cabs. They were sponsoring me, and they said, "Okay, no problem. We'll get the cabs there." And these guys wouldn't leave. There was 3 women, 46 men, and they said, "Oh no, we don't want to go. We're too scared. We'll just stay on the street." You know, they're all stuttering and everything. So, and I said, "No, you're getting in that cab, and you're coming with me. And when you get there, you shut your mouth, you stay quiet, you put your hands behind your back as if you're a prisoner, in front of you. Sorry, and you say nothing, even if I get arrested. It doesn't matter, because I can do with you guys." And towards the basically, they called the police on me. The police guy came in and he clearly said, "Why am I here? Why am I arresting this guy in this? I was in this suit." He said, "He's got guns, he's got arms, he's gonna take over our council. Get rid of him. Take him to the police station." And he said, "Hang on a minute, you've rung us 16 times. If you ever ring us again about this man or anything that he's done, I promise you I'll come and arrest you." And that was the time I got the CEO downstairs, and he was reluctant to come down. Nearly £600,000 a year, Danny. 600 grand, and he walks past the homeless people every day. This man. And the next day he resigned, apparently. But I got them a place. I got them an iPad. I got them little furniture. They only little studios. But the worst thing is, Danny, out of 49 people, the last person I knocked on the door, I said, "Just tell me, how long has it been since somebody lived in this place?" "Oh, you're joking, mate. This has like been 7 years, 8 years. The place has been empty." London, empty. The studios, the flats, the properties. Does it make sense?
Of
It's
course.
a joke.
It's insane. It's evil. It's evil incumbent, for all to see. For all to see. There's so many different areas here that are just so emotional, and they just drive a human to passion, to the injustice that's been created by the wrong leadership, which is why we, the people, are removing that leadership. The house of cards is coming down. It is falling. Everyone is failing. And again, we need loving people moving forward. I love the idea of your party called City. I love what CITY stands for. It's very powerful. It's very moving. And you need people to stand with you. I want to invite the
Yes, I do.
audience. Yeah, I want to invite the audience to leave questions in the comment section, not in the live chat, in the comment section. Ask questions. Do you want to stand with this man? Do you want to get involved in your own individual
Yes,
commitment? So what
we
we'll
need
do,
you.
yeah, so we'll invite people to come so we can connect them with you, Sham. And then, we
Yeah,
can help build out something substantial for the British people, England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales. And we can come back next
yeah,
time and we can answer those questions. And have people connect, because it is on the ground, boots on the ground, people with passion that can see what's wrong with this country and the world at large. But we've got to move forward. We've got to gather. We've got to create a tribal connection and loving soul connection, because the children now are one of the biggest targets. The array of injections, lethal injections, and the amount of children passing away and newborn babies and stillbirths, it's horrific. It's a war on the youth and the children and the babies and the newborns. It is the pregnant mothers, and it's a war on the elders. They're trying to take both of the ends of the spectrum out. And so they think they can manage us into their 15-minute cities and all the rest of it. They used China as the original model to see whether they could control billions of people, and it worked there. And now they're trying to roll it out in the rest of the world. But they forget that we are people, we are loving, we are passionate, we are warriors, we have our own ancestry, we have our own bloodlines, and we need to all stand together,
yeah.
as you rightly say.
We are British, and we invented English, which the world uses. Our invention, communication. So this is very important to have all this done stuff. But I mean, like at the end of the day, you're absolutely right. I do need people. I want to bring in brand new people from all walks of life to come and join the councils and mayoral elections. They've got every right to stand. We're all human beings here. And as I said, please don't hide away. Come and talk to me. I don't like the word party, by the way. Party is to have fun. Let's have a party. We just had big parties just.
Oh, your
No.
internet's getting messed with, mate. Your internet.
So how can you use that physical word in politics called party because it means politicians, etc., pocketed the money and walked away from it all? But they've left the people in disillusionment. That's why I want to call it an organization, because an organization is to organize. A party is to have fun. They are two fundamental different things. That's why they can laugh in Parliament and joke about things, ha ha ha, but they still go home to their £100,000 a year income, etc., and hardly see the people in the constituencies. It's not right. The whole systems have to be changed, everything from top to bottom. I'm a no nonsense guy. Honestly, I'm not scared. I'm only scared of God, and that's the only person or being I'll ever be scared of in my lifetime. I don't care about anything else. I care about the people here because I'm one of them. I want the same things, not like the other guys. I'm not any of the other guys. I don't want to be that guy.
Let's talk a little about your spiritual beliefs and connections because it's me. It's like my girlfriend's trying to FaceTime me. She,
Oh,
my,
me.
my best friend from school, from 11 years old.
I've just put mine on do not disturb because normally I get thousands of messages coming through. I've just looked at my Instagram. There's so many messages again. It's almost like someone's saying, "Oh, you're talking to Danny."
Let's, yeah. Oh, what was I saying now?
Yeah, you were asking me about uh, the what I just said to you about the politicians' situation, the party, etc. We were talking about party.
No, it's gone. It's escaped me. I've forgotten what I was asking you specifically. Something just now. I don't remember. Oh, I know. It's your spiritual side. So your
Ah,
spirituality. So you have a reverence for God.
yes,
People call God, and I also know that you have had
your signal.
extraordinary.
Hello.
Hi, you're frozen. It's not me. My internet. It's strong, like a Viking. It's you.
Oh,
You're being messed with your end.
oh, I've got green light, blue lights on it. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know.
weird. It's because of what we're talking about. So we'll just continue. Oh my God, yeah, we're being messed with, definitely. I'm getting zapped. So yes, answer that question if you can remember what I asked you. Your experiences, your spiritual experiences.
Well, I believe I am spiritual. As I said, there's no illusion to anyone. I pray to God. I pray to Jesus. I pray to my gods. I pray to the angels. I respect the angels very much, and I know that if you don't ask the angels for any help, they will never help you. And this is what I believe in the. Oh, sorry.
No,
Is that
carry on.
you?
Yeah, carry on.
Yeah. So basically, my spiritual side, I would like to enlighten it and open it up more. I'm getting more comfortable talking to God, and I'm getting far more comfortable talking to the angels because I used to try and speak to them, but I didn't speak to them with my heart. So now I speak to them with my heart and soul and ask for things to happen. And suddenly I see some kind of things happening, and it's really lovely. It's beautiful, but everybody should wake up. Everyone, we're all human beings like you and me, and we're going to have this sort of spiritual sensation that comes through to us. And I also believe in the frequency changes, and I don't know if people really understand what the word frequency means because it's the makeup of you as well. And so it's very important for people to be highlighted and to know that frequencies have been changed and they do get changed every so often, such as I believe AI Atlas, the mothership up above, is trying to help our world. And it's sitting upstairs and it will be here for at least 3 months. I know that for fact. So you are quite gifted, I believe. You said to me you're a medium and a spiritualist, so you can probably see things. And I don't know whether you use cards or not, but I would be very intrigued to have a session with you at some point.
Yeah, I don't need any of the tools of divination, as we call them. A lot of people put negative attention on. I don't use tarot. I don't understand it.
Great,
It's not where I.
fantastic.
Yeah, I use like angel cards, but I don't need a single tool. I can just look into people and see what's there in the layers, and also do past life regression, clinical hypnotherapy, and things like that with people. But I wanted to share with the audience here, because you are open to it, your interactions with our extraterrestrial brothers and sisters.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah, I met a few through a friend of mine who was working at the World Bank long, long time ago, and they're based out in not Amsterdam, past I've forgotten that area. Is it The Hague? Somewhere around there, beautiful place. They've been here for years, years and years, and in they were caught in America and stayed in America for a very, very long time. They're probably about, would you believe, 400? The father's about 400 and something years old, and the son is about 265. I don't know the actual age, but they use telepathy a lot. And I'm quite surprised because when I saw them, they're extremely tall as well. But they're really lovely people, very lovely people. They keep themselves to themselves in a very small community.
Okay, your internet
Danny,
is,
you
yeah,
there?
your internet is really bugging me now, because you are being blocked every time you want to say something. Like, and your bars are white. It's not like they're
Yeah.
even red. So, you said you met two ETs. One is 400 years old, one is 200 years old, towards The Hague, living towards The Hague in a community. What do they look like? Do they look human? Do they look human?
Like us, normal. They look very much like us, yes.
Okay,
And
what
full
color?
of knowledge. It's knowledge you cannot believe. Amazing.
Okay, describe their physical attributes to us.
They're like they've got like blondish white hair, funny type of color. The eyes are different, I would say. I don't know. Between hazel and blue, it's some kind of weird color. That's the first thing I saw. And before I even got to speak to him, because I said a swear word when I walked in the hotel room, hotel doors, and I said some bad words, and he said to me, "I know what you said," straight away. I said, "Well, I didn't mean what I said. I'm so sorry," but it just happened to be that we got on straight away. It was like great stuff, and I went back to the house with my friend. He was the one that introduced me, and I was privileged to meet them, and I had great conversations with them. We had just where they came from and what why they were out. There are so many people. There are so many. I believe that the galactic system does exist upstairs, and there are not just one species like us. There are many,
Yeah.
and they are just constant. Our world go wrong. You know,
Hmm. So, do you
uh,
think that they
but
would?
it just so happened that their machinery didn't go well. Do you want me to restart this internet?
Um, I mean, now you're
Mine is
in.
open.
Yeah, now you're
I've
in
got
red
five.
bars. I know. Let's just keep going, because it's just going to be,
Yeah,
this is what happens, unfortunately. Do you think that these
yeah.
two extraterrestrial men who were here that you've met physically in person, would they be open to having a conversation with us here on my channel? Yes or no?
Stopped again. I missed that. Sorry, it just
Okay.
lagged again.
Do you think the two ETs that you met would be interested or open to having a conversation here with you on my channel? Yes or no?
I don't know. I say no.
Okay, well, ask the question anyway, because what the people of our planet need is
Yes.
physical proof. We need physical evidence. The ETs must now come forward. They must show themselves. I physically seen extraterrestrials. I have no proof but my story. We must have the physical evidence. Now, when you said upstairs, referring to space off planet, where does that expression come from?
Sorry. Say that again. Where did that expression come from?
Yeah, Doug, do you watch?
They're
Well, do
probably
you watch?
listening to me. What are you saying?
What are you saying? Do you watch people like who do you watch that gives extraterrestrial information that you enjoy out there on YouTube?
Actually, I've watched quite a few shows. I watched a couple of shows about this. If I can just pull it up, uh, there's this lady on TikTok as well that she talks a lot about it. Do you know her? I don't know her name.
Well, I
Uh,
don't know. I don't know.
I can't
There's
remember her
loads of
name.
them. There's loads of people out there on TikTok, my love.
Yeah, there is. There is this. I was listening to the English guy and the American lady, uh, which he's quite interesting. Matt somebody. God, Matt Atwood and Janine. Do you know them?
You mean Mark, my mate, Mark Atwood?
Mark. Yes.
Okay, yeah, Mark's great. And
I went,
Janine, as in the tarot card reader,
yeah.
Janine?
Yeah.
Yes,
They were
yeah,
talking about extraterrestrials as well
yeah. They've been around a
towards the
long
end of
time,
their show,
right?
which wasn't that long ago. Yeah, they had really nice. I like to meet Mark actually. If you can intro me, that'd be good.
Yeah, he's in
But
Ireland.
yeah, I mean,
I can
what about you?
connect you. He's in Ireland. He's lovely. I love Mark Atwood. I've got a lot of time for him. Hardworking. He set up some
Fantastic.
beautiful healing centers in Ireland. He's all about the good, the good stuff, nurturing the body. He's able to call craft in. He's very, very connected. I really do love Mark Atwood. He's wonderful. Anyone else that you?
He's done a lot of books, I believe, something like that.
Yeah. Lots of. He's a poet.
There's quite. Yes, that's right. He's a poet. That's correct. He's a poet. I mean, I was listening to these guys, the wonder of Michael Jaco, who I
Yeah,
would like to.
Michael Jaco, former CIA soldier, does a
Yes,
lot of reporting. Yep,
yeah,
yep,
I'd like to meet him actually. I like to connect with him on some things. He's got a lot of good, interesting thoughts. Um, there's quite a few. There's loads actually. I mean, I don't. I just listen and see because there's so much information available these days now, especially on YouTube and other places where. I mean, look, they do exist. Come on, we can't just be oblivious and say, oh no, there's no aliens. We're watching a movie and all that. No, there are. There has been many, and this is not just now though, but it's for centuries, for eons. Lots of aliens have been coming to our
yep.
for
Losing
a
you
lot
again.
of goodness that there's a lot of stuff here as well. This is a
Yeah,
very unique planet, what we have.
definitely.
A
And the thing is, there
completely
are
unique planet
there are hybrid
that system since I was
extraterrestrials.
a young kid.
Oh my gosh, this internet is crazy. There are hybrid
Let
extraterrestrials
me
in positions of power.
yeah,
I think we'll bring this chat to an end because I'm kind of done with all the interference, and I think that you've shared so much of the great stuff of who
yeah,
you are. I think the audience are really going to enjoy you, and it's people like you that bring hope. The fact that also, Sham, that you're saying that you're inviting people to join you and stand with you in this organization or political group that you're looking to create for the people. And so let's do that. We need more people doing that, standing up. The minute someone thinks, "Oh my God, I could
can
be
they,
part of this," it gives
can
them
they,
hope.
sorry,
It gives people hope. Just even hearing like they could
I'll
possibly
add you
be.
into the group. We've got a WhatsApp group at the
Got a WhatsApp group. We can put the details underneath if you want to.
yeah.
Okay, brilliant. All right, let's see.
Yes, I mean if you could put my handle on there, Shyam Batra for Mayor on Instagram. If
Yeah,
you
yeah.
could put my handle on there, Shyam Batra for Instagram. And of course I believe it's going to go onto YouTube. So I'd like people to communicate with us, etc. We could do some kind of a forum, a live show one day. I don't know, which would be really incredible, because I would love people to come to shows to hear what we've really got to say and get questions and answers out live. I think it'd be amazing, and I think you are a good, great person to do that with. Well, so that's something that I would like to have happen. It's important because at least people we get the message out nicely to people. We don't have to stress about putting it on YouTube. We can do that afterwards anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But
I want to make a point as well that, you know, you've lived a lot of life. You've had some extraordinary experiences in many different areas. You've lived in many different countries. You really do understand cultures, histories, and real life boots on the ground, what's needed. You've also been on giant channels. I saw you on Liam Tufts, but our friend Hayley Norman introduced the two of us together. You've been on Liam Tufts' channel. You've been on James English channel. You do this News X Worldwide, which is an Indian channel. So you are very much out there, like in the world. We just have to know where to go to find you and connect, which we can put your details underneath. What were you going to say about Hayley Norman?
Oh no, Hayley, I met her at an event. She's lovely, great woman. Hopefully she'll help us as well. She's in our group. You'll meet her there. And I mean, I've done with Ella McChrystal, I believe. I did a lovely show with her, a warm show, I would call it. I've broken Garrett Smith, who's quite outrageous a little bit, she can be, but she's really good. I've done lots of shows, there's loads. I'm doing, might be going to see this guy Maverick in Instagram. I don't know if you know him. He's a really lovely guy. He's so out there, and he found these particles of cheese that they've got metal pieces in them in America, and he's highlighted it. And he's talking about Charlie Kirk, about his murder and all types of things. It's just he's just out there. He's a great guy. And I've got a couple of others. So I'm thinking of doing some US live shows there. There'll be like live shows. Excellent. But I would like to do these shows here in the UK. And I think they would work out really well. I think you and I should wake the people up even more.
Light a fire under them. You know, people just need to see that the reality of their own power and their own strength and their own ability, and that we never have to think low. It's like when I was at college, I studied broadcast journalism, and we had a class project, and it was to interview as many politicians as we could. Well, I went straight to Parliament. I was in Eastbourne at college in Eastbourne, East Sussex, and the teacher said to me, she goes, "What makes you think, Danny Henderson, that you can approach the members of Parliament?" Right? She was like, "Who are you?" I thought, well, I wasn't very inspiring of a teacher to say that. And I said to her, "Wow." And I felt really embarrassed for a moment, like I'd done something wrong. And then I said to her, "That's how my brain works. I don't think that nothing is impossible. That's not ego. I didn't come in with that guilt gene. Like, if I want to smack a bitch, I'm a smack a bitch, probably verbally mostly, but you cannot have people putting you down or making you feel like an untouchable from an Indian caste system. Everyone has value. Every one of us has worth. And when one person puts himself above my brothers and my sisters, I have an issue with that. That's my personal, power on it. Now you froze again. No.
You're a very knowledgeable person. I'm happy to have done a show with you. Funny as well, and look, we've got to have a laugh on these things as well, because they can't be all serious. It's quite a long show as well. But look, we're here for the people. They've got to realise that we are putting ourselves out there, not for ourselves. I don't care about publicity and all that stuff. I never signed up for publicity when I ran for Mayor of London. I just want to get on and do my job. If I got that post, believe you me, I would have changed the whole system there completely. It would have been fantastic. I know what to do. I know my city very, very well, and I know how to operate it, but not the way it is. I mean, lots of people can say, "Oh, yeah, I want to be Mayor of London. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that." But they don't have a clue about it, because the first place it starts with is with our people. It's our people that come first. They're the ones that give us ideas, discussions, help. And then we use their knowledge as well, and we get them to work with us, and we build our city again, and we do it. I mean, one of the things that I would do if I became prime minister is I would want cities. It's quite outrageous that it was all being sold. Things have been given away over time, and it's not right. You know, it should have. These are matters of mass importance. They should have been asked by the people. Do you want to sell these things? It's after all our country. It's their country. This is why I say that people should own their own home. The mortgages are not real. They're digital numbers. You know, they can be written off in a second. They can steal your house in a second, like I've had done to me. I've been in a case that I'm still involved in. They've made me bankrupt almost on it. And I'm still going to fight. I'm not giving up. You know, whatever's written on me on the internet, I'm a good person, but I've been through like normal people have. I'm not nobody special, you know, and I'm still going to do good things in this world. I want to help as many people as I can, and I'm going to do it.
That's beautiful. That is a noble wish. You know, again, you know, people will believe what they believe. You cannot believe. I mean, I'm leaving all my negative stuff in 2025. That's last year. But I had a whole ream of people that believed a person's lies and horrible. They said I was abusive and I harmed them and I used them and I was so horrified. At first I laughed. I'm like that was so shocking to read that lie from somebody who's put themselves in a prominent position. But I was more horrified that people believed that person. And I was really shocked. I was very ill for a couple of months after that. You know, I'm a big girl, but it was somebody I adored. And I was like, I can't believe people believe that and that person said that. But it's okay. You just have to recognize that, you know, we are all doing the best we can do. And sometimes the alignment we have, it gets separated. It doesn't mean the other person's evil or that I'm evil. It means that the alignment is different. The vibratory resonance isn't working. You know, people always go, oh, that person's so low vibe. Actually, we're all low vibe at times. You know, we just, sometimes the universe or energetics will separate us, you know, while we're learning, growing, healing, you know, and we got to stop all gathering in groups and thinking, oh, we're better than everybody else, because it's all bollocks, it's all bollocks, it's all bollocks. You know, we're all beautiful at our core, most of us, of course. There's all, you got the, you know, some of the most prominent leaders on the planet are the worst monsters, monstrous, Nazi, you know, MK Ultra, Mengele, torturous horrors. And these are the people we need to focus on, not the everyday, you know, it's silly. We just get distracted on purpose. So, but I love where you're going. I love where your heart is. I love where your focus is. You know, happy to support. Like I said, we invite the lovely audience to leave questions, and then we'll bring Shyam back in a couple of weeks and we can go through those questions and he can really answer to his passions and his ideas for Great Britain, also known as the United Kingdom. Again, these are different business corporations. This is how our country's been set up. People don't know that. They've not been told that. But we'll bring it. We'll bring it here on this channel. Shyam Batra, it was so wonderful to meet you. Happy to bring you on my channel. Let's leave the British people your last thoughts of the day, please, and how they can get hold of you.
Yes. Well, look, thank you so much for having me on your show, first of all. I don't know why this internet is playing up, but whoever it is, stop it. I can say. I want to just say a big thank you to people for tuning in onto the show, etc., and to give them not the word hope, but give them a future that they're looking for, and that future is right in front of their eyes. I can do this job. I can make it happen. Allow me to help get the councils under our wings, and so we can start making a difference in our country to our people. Our people come first, not the politicians, not the government. It's us. We believe in ourselves. If we believe in ourselves all the time, we are going to make it happen, not let it happen. Winners make it happen, losers let it happen. And I can't be a loser. I don't want to be. So I'm here for you. If I lose an election, then it's down to you, not down to me, because I've tried my best. But I can only give you my heart on a plate and say to you that I'm with you, because it's the same heart that you're carrying in your body. And I leave that with you. And if you want to reach me, my handle is Shyam Batra, SHYAM BATRA, 4, Mayor, MAYOR, on Instagram, on TikTok, on X, it's S Batra Official, which I'm no good at. If you can come and follow me there, that would be nice. I've got many people there. And of course, YouTube, same sort of symbol. But I'm sure I'm looking forward to Danny giving you questions for me to answer. I'm happy to answer them even on a live. We could do a massive live session, even on YouTube if that's possible. And looking to do some live shows across the country. Come and join us. Come and speak to us, and perhaps we can get great presenters like Danny to come and interview me. I don't rehearse anything. Everything comes from upstairs, not from me. So I leave that with you guys, and I wish you a wonderful. I hope. No, I don't use like word of hope. I say to you, let's make 2026 the best year we're ever going to have. This is going to be a year to remember.
Beautiful. And you froze at that moment. 2026, a year to
How's that?
remember. Absolutely. Yeah, now you're back. You're back. Well, Shyam Batra, thank you so much, sir, for sharing your heart, your thoughts. And it's very brave, of
Yeah.
course, because there's so much disrespect and no loyalty to the Muppets, the current politicians, and those decades before them. We as a people largely are so disgusted and embarrassed and appalled at the jokes, that have stood and led our country, for our countries, for us, I mean, over 100 years. It's just been so horrific. We need the new, beautiful beloveds that care for humanity first, because we, the people, are everything. So thank you, Shyam Batra. We will get back to you soon, very soon. And to you guys out there, thank you so much, guys. You know me, Danny Henderson, full of passion, full of love, and full of honesty and truth, and very, very much straight talking, like everybody on YouTube should be. Holding yourself to account, working on your flaws, being honest about things, moving forward and unifying. So my name is Danny Henderson. I send you love from my heart to yours as always, and I'll see you soon. Thank you, Shyam.